What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Silverback gorillas are cool. So, we're going to draw it close up on the face with the big shoulders and stuff. Fun fact, Kerchak from Tarzan, the Disney movie, is my favorite gorilla. I know that's controversial. You know, Harambe, obviously. But there's something about Kerchak I like. Let's draw Silverback. So we're kind of like three-quarter pose. He's looking at the camera or at us over the shoulder. So we're going to go with the big sort of frowning eye, right? So you do this kind of tick, and we're about halfway along my page, right? So we're going to do this big sort of check mark up and over his like eye shape, right? So it's like up and down. It kind of goes back that way. And his eye is going to be in this sort of bump. Now we will texture it up, like we will add like lots of wrinkles and stuff on the forehead, but we'll just get the main shapes in first. So his eye, it's like a human eye, curving around the top, like so. And then we have a tear duct there. And then the bottom of his eye curves around like so. So big, golden, sort of brown eyes, I think usually. Two curved lines there. And then his pupil. Very human-like eyes. Black circle there in the middle. His tear duct, just there. And then we'll add like some eyelid lines, right? So he's got like another sort of eyelid line coming down here. And like that. And he's lots of wrinkles on the sort of corners of his eyes and stuff. And bags underneath his eyes and stuff like that here. And his nose is mostly sort of wrinkles across it, so you can't really see much. Okay, and say this big forehead comes across here, down the back. It gets kind of hairy then because he's lots of hair on his cheek. So it's like a big forehead, frowning, wrinkly forehead area. Okay, so the other eye, kind of hidden behind his frown on this side. So we do another sort of smaller sort of check mark shape, right? Because his head is turned away, so it's like a three-quarter pose. So then this curves around that sort of big frowning area then again. Around like so. And then we got like wrinkles and stuff all in here as well. So his eye is like looking at us from underneath this big frowning eye of his. So again, top eyelid there. And then curves around and kind of disappears in behind the frown sort of here. So it's the big frowning eye is the biggest part. And then his iris, so again, golden sort of brown sort of iris. Come around in there. And then his pupil. Looking at us from under that frown. And then there are some eyelid lines and stuff coming around here. Like lots of wrinkles on his eye and stuff like that. So nose, right? So his nose is real sort of bumpy coming across here, right, coming down his face. It's kind of like a series of sort of bumps and wrinkles and stuff just coming all down the nose here. It's like a wavy sort of letter M sort of thing because it follows the pattern for his nose. So his nose, it's a big sort of love heart sort of shape thing, right? So it goes around like this on either side, right? And then one more maybe before we get to the top. Coming down here. And then the nostrils inside. So we've got like this little sort of V sort of shape here. And then the black hole for the nostrils then just coming around. And then another. Like so, right? And then his cheek is kind of hairy coming in here. And then it has some wrinkles and stuff coming up onto the nose. And his other cheek is kind of hairy, you know, it has all hair coming in on his face here. Right, sort of wrinkles coming around his nose. And then we got that big sort of top lip, right? So it comes out from beside the nose here. And kind of bumps in. And then it goes out for the bottom lip and in there. And that's like he kind of has like a beard sort of a thing. It's kind of hairy down here. So say like the bottom would draw, say the bottom lip sort of, and the mouth line sort of grumpy. You could do him smiling or grumpy. So we'll go maybe a slight smile. Sort of like that. And then the top lip will have a lot of these sort of wrinkles on it and stuff like that. Right, and then hairy chin. Nearly like a beard sort of on his chin. And this will disappear behind sort of his shoulder, right? So you may have like a little bit of hair, just like a bearded sort of area here. Right. So a big shoulder comes across here now. So we can see maybe some like longer hair on his cheek just here sticking off as well. And then that big head, right? So big shoulder here, and the head sort of goes up behind. So go, right? So this would be sort of a hairy kind of line as well. So it just goes up quite high, and it can be like a hairy zigzag textured sort of line. We'll just sort of bump it up. it comes all the way down here. And they do have this sort of like ridge sort of halfway up their forehead, kind of above his ear. So I'd say his ear's about there. So we'll do it sort of like a textured line. Just coming across the top of the head, and it kind of goes down here a little bit. You might have like some wrinkles on his forehead here. And then the head continues, and his head like joins his neck. That's how muscular he is. And so we got his ear, tiny little ear, just in there. Then you can add some ear lines and some hair just coating the side of it as it goes down behind his shoulder. I like this will all be slightly sort of textured and a bit hairy. Now, big shoulders hunched over. His head is like resting sort of like in between his shoulders, right? So the shoulder is like right here, sort of in line with his ear there, right? So you want to bring this all the way, right? And it will be quite fluffy and hairy, longer hair than his face. Down that way, and then all the way down his arm here. Right, so like a big tube. Kind of looks like, what's his name? Cousin It, is it? Or no, Thing from Addams Family. And we gotta like add just a little section for like the shoulder muscle, right? So you want to add just like a suggestion of sort of hairs coming down around this kind of deltoid area, and then like his bicep and tricep and all that kind of stuff in there. You can add textures and stuff to all this if you want as well, of course. Okay, so that's one shoulder. The other one over here comes out from behind, like above, so up here, yeah, in line sort of with that one again, real big. Okay, and you're just adding these sort of shark fin like spikes. You could go real sketchy with it and rough if you wanted, of course. And I think we can see his chest line sort of in here somewhere. And then his tricep again just sort of comes down that way. Okay. So, hairy face. This is all sort of hair just coming around his mouth as well. Right, and then that back, so like big, sort of strong, muscular sort of back, hairy as well. Just coming down that way. It's like a line for like his skull, I think, here. Right, but that's the general gist, I think. Yeah, happy with that. Silverback. Kerchak. Well, it's not Kerchak, but... should this come out a little bit more, maybe? Maybe this thing should be like out a little bit more. Right now I'm just picking over little details now, but that'll do. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.